Who is in your Premier League 2020/21 team of the season? That's what I'm asking Gatesy from Forged from Iron today. Gatesy, how are you?
I'm very well, my friend. How are you?
Not too bad, not too bad. You can check out Forged from Iron's YouTube channel using the link in the description down below. Go and hit the subscribe button over there, as you can see. But we will get straight on in with it. But before we do, thoughts on West Ham season?
Well, that could take me quite a long time to explain. So I'll just say, yeah, okay. Season beyond my wildest dreams. Relegation fodder the season before. European qualification this season. I mean, couldn't have scripted it.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, definitely. That is for sure. But before we go any further, I would like to thank our sponsors for this series, the Blowing Bubbles magazine. You can check out their link in the description down below. And if you use the cheeky discount code, where is it? If you use the discount code Jake Cox at checkout when you buy a yearly subscription, you get a £5 off. So check out the links in the description down below. A very good deal there when you buy a 11 magazine subscription. But without further ado,
I might try some of that.
There we go. Check out the link in the description. But we'll get into your team then. Who have you gone for in goal?
Emiliano Martinez, who Aston Villa bought for, I think it was 18 million quid from Arsenal. And he was doing really well at Arsenal, actually. They won the FA Cup with him between the sticks. And then they said, thanks, but no thanks. And he was shunted off to Villa Park. And he's been brilliant. I mean, just looking here, his stats on the official Premier League website, he had made 38 appearances. He kept 15 clean sheets, 142 saves. He made a penalty save in and amongst those. He errors leading to a goal, only the one. Own goals, none. He was top draw. And it's not like he was playing behind a sort of rock solid defence, with the greatest respect to Aston Villa. So he was kept very, very busy. But a lot of people that watched him said, yeah, cracking goalkeeper. So he's my number one.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Pretty much, I say 90% of people picked him in his side. So, yeah, fantastic keeper. Who are you going for at a right back?
It's the main man. It's Vladimir Coufal. He's, 5.4 million quid from Slavia Prague. It's like he's been playing in the Premier League his entire career. And again, just looking on the Premier League website here, 9 clean sheets, 34 appearances, 18 wins. Tackle success was 49%, made 73 tackles in total. Block shots 3, interceptions 41, 90 clearances, 54 headed clearances, 169 recoveries, 172 duels won. The bloke's an absolute beast at right back. I mean, he made one of the best Premier League players in Jack Grealish, in tandem with Ryan Fredericks, it has to be said, but he made Jack Grealish look completely stupid.
He made him look bang average, and that was for sure. Fantastic player.
Yeah.
But we will move into your centre-back pairing. Who is your first of your two centre-backs?
My first one, I'm going to go for Ruben Dias, Portuguese lad that's come into City. Again, he's looked like he's been playing in the Premier League his entire career. Again, looking on the Premier League website, 32 appearances, 1 goal. I think we know who that goal was against, sadly. But there you go. 23 wins, 15 clean sheets, 54% tackle success, 35 interceptions, 90 clearances, 49 headed clearances, 135 recoveries, 111 duels won. Just some of the stats that he's kicked out this season. Aerial battles won, 62. He's got to be in there. He's simply been immense. His partner. Now, this one might get a little bit of discussion going because this isn't a more fashionable player, it has to be said. But he's a guy that for his team has been absolutely, just absolutely sensational. When he hasn't been there, he's been really badly missed by his team. Brighton and Hove Albion's Lewis Dunk, who made 33 appearances, scored 5 goals from centre-back. Only the 8 wins, but that's not a reflection on him. 11 clean sheets, tackle success, 50%. He made 32 interceptions, 104 clearances, 65 headed clearances, 1 clearance off the line, 223 recoveries, 134 duels won. He was aerial battles won, 78. Yeah, I mean, again, I know he's not playing at a fashionable club, but if you look at when Lewis Dunk doesn't play for Brighton and Hove Albion, they generally don't do anything. So that's a testament in itself. I think he's been absolutely outstanding, and I don't really see that. If he carries on like that, he's not going to be at Brighton and Hove Albion for too much longer. With all due respect to them.
Fantastic player, that is for sure. And they miss him massively when he's not in the side. We'll move out to the left-hand side then. Who's gone for at left back?
Again, this might be me being a biased West Ham fan, Jake, and if it is, tough. Aaron Cresswell. And this is a guy that myself included was probably saying, as far as a Premier League player is concerned, maybe his race is run. But looking at this, 36 appearances in the Premier League, 19 wins. He's been part of 11 clean sheets, tackle success of 41%. He's made 32 interceptions, 73 clearances, 33 headed clearances, 195 recoveries, 89 duels won, 35 aerial battles won. But here's the one where it really opens up, and you look, 8 assists. 8 assists from fullback. He's made 1,652 passes, 207 crosses, 2 through balls, and 119 accurate long balls. I'll tell you what, if that's a player that's finished, give me a few more of them, please.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. 8 assists. I mean, so much. I mean, it's another player where we miss him so much when he's not in the side, and we don't really, we don't really recognise it until he's out. Fantastic player, obviously, really, really handy with assists as well, getting 8 assists. Absolutely fantastic player. And as rejuvenised, I think, this season. Come back from against all odds this season. That's for
Cinderella
sure. We'll
man.
move into we'll move into the midfield then. That's a pretty decent and some underrated players in your back four there, but we'll move into your central midfield. Who's the first of your 2 players in the middle of the park?
Well, I think that the first player is not underrated by West Ham fans. It will come no surprise. Declan Rice, he's got to be in there. 32 appearances, 2 goals, one of which obviously came on the last day. He's been part of 16 wins. I mean, you look at sort of some of his stats that he's kicked out, and tackles 59, success rate of 59%, 59 interceptions, 35 clearances. This is from midfield, ladies and gentlemen. He's not playing in defence here. 21 headed clearances, 233 recoveries, 144 duels won, aerial battles won, 44. I mean, and I don't think that he's the complete article yet. I think there's more to come from this kid. He's the world is literally at his feet, and he can be as good as he wants to be.
Scary that he's 22 years old. That's what that is all I'm going to say. Scary that this man's 22 years old and has got the England midfield we could have in a couple of years' time. Phil Foden, Mason Mount, Declan Rice. That's scary. And these players, the sky is the limit, that's for sure. But who's your second central midfielder?
This one I thought long and hard about, and there was possibly a case for me putting his midfield partner in of Thomas Souček, but for the purposes of this, we was obviously limited to 3 players per team. So I'd already hit my 3-player limit. So I have gone for Youri Tielemans. I've gone for Youri Tielemans of Leicester City. And again, Premier League stats here, 38 appearances, 6 goals. His shooting accuracy was 41%. He had 49 shots, 20 of them were on target. He hit the woodwork twice, 4 assists, 3 big chances created, 138 crosses, tackles 86. His tackle success was 52%, 16 blocked shots, 46 interceptions, 16 clearances, 271 recoveries, and 217 duels won. Aerial battles won was 35. I mean, again, just I know he's not one of your traditional fashionable clubs, but absolutely fantastic player. And in my opinion, the best 2 midfields in the Premier League, it's either Declan Rice and Thomas Soucek, or it's Wilfred Ndidi and Youri Tielemans, in my opinion.
Yeah. Oh yeah, and I think what's rounded off a fantastic season was that wonder goal in the FA Cup final. Kind of rounded off a fantastic season for him, and just amazing, fantastic signing. Which perhaps West Ham. I mean, I liked the man when he went to Leicester. I thought that's a fantastic signing. Perhaps West Ham could have gone for him. I would have loved that if he would have came to West Ham, because I really, really rate the guy. But we'll move out onto the flanks then, as I say, and we'll start on the right with Actually, who have you got on the right?
Well, I know I've put this player there because one of the rules is 4-4-2, and I know that maybe he's not recognised in this position, but I think he could play it. I'm going to put him in there.
Yeah.
Is Bruno Fernandes. 37 appearances, 18 goals, 20 wins. He's got 12 assists. He's made 2,112 passes, which works out at an average of 57.08 per match. He's created 20 big chances, 166 crosses, 12 through balls, 142 accurate long balls. He's got a tackle success percentage of 53%, which is not bad, let me tell you. 37 blocked shots, 26 interceptions, 16 headed clearances, 162 recoveries. I mean, yeah, this guy is sensational in my opinion. He's had a really good season. Really good season.
Oh yeah, I completely agree. Penalties are massively dominated in that. But I mean, his link-up play with Cavani, whoever said Cavani, Greenwood, Rashford, whoever said, they've got a fantastic force in there, especially with Cavani. I think him and Cavani have just got that there fantastic partnership.
I mean, I know sort of like you say about the penalties, but I mean, he's still got to score them, and he does it consistently.
Yeah.
There is a certain strength in character that you have to take penalties, and even when you miss them, still say, no, I'm going to step up again and I'm going to take the next one.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Well, yeah. I mean, you get slated if you miss a penalty, and he doesn't miss many of them, and you still got to put them in the back of the net. That's for sure. But we will move out onto the left-hand side then. Who's gone for there?
I'm going to get a bit of stick with this one. I've picked a Tottenham player, I'm afraid. Heung Min Son, 37 appearances, 17 goals. One of which he got with his head, 11 with the right foot, 5 with the left. So he can do it off of either foot, ladies and gentlemen. He scored a penalty in and amongst that. He's got a shooting accuracy of 53%. He's also got 10 assists to his name. He's made 1,057 passes in the Premier League last season, 32 tackles, 15 blocked shots, 14 interceptions, 3 clearances and 2 headed clearances. Yes, he's a Tottenham player, but taking my West Ham specs off for a minute, I mean, the guy has been absolute value for money for Tottenham Hotspur Football Club. If we'd have managed to get him through the door, he'd be an absolute, let's be honest, he'd be an absolute god if he was kicking out stats like that season in, season out. So, but I've got to have him in there. I've got to take me West Ham specs off, I'm afraid, if I want to get the best team together. So that he's in.
Yeah. Gatesy being a stat man today, a lot of stats, but it's proven these players, they are very, very good. But we will move into your strike force then. Who's the first of your 2 strikers?
Again, guys, forgive me, it's another Spurs player. I can't leave him out. Harry Kane. Again, 35 appearances, 23 goals. He's been a part of 17 wins in the Premier League for Tottenham Hotspur. He's got 4 goals with his head, 16 with his right foot, and 3 off of his left. 4 penalties in and amongst those 23 goals that he's scored. No free kicks, interestingly enough, but he's had 137 shots, 53 of which were on target. He's hit the woodwork 9 times, and he's got 14 assists. As for his defensive work, just to show that he can put in a defensive shift, 22 tackles, 28 blocked shots, 11 interceptions, 39 clearances, and 35 headed clearances. Also, with his team play stats, just one here for you, 38 crosses. So it's one of those, again, he's a Tottenham player, and when he plays against us, I hate the guy, but with all due respect, I mean, the guy is one of the top strikers in the world. In fact, I'd probably make a case for saying that with Lewandowski, it's between those two for the top striker in the world at this moment in time, in my opinion.
His area of goal scoring ability isn't just one area. He can score from outside the box. He can score penalties. He can score long shots. He can
go in behind the
in.
back line. He can drop short. He can sort of like be the link up man. He can go wide and then cut in. You know, he's an absolute pain in the backside for defenses, and he has done for many years now. So he's got to be in there. He's got to be in there.
Yeah, I completely agree. And he is in many sides, like your next player and your final player. Who have you gone for as your second striker?
Well, again, you know, is this guy a striker or is he a wide player? You can argue it, ladies and gentlemen, but this guy knows how to find the back of the net, and it's Mohamed Salah. 37 appearances, 22 goals. He's been part of 19 wins. He's got only 2 headed goals and only 1 goal with his right foot, 19 goals with his left. 6 of those goals that he's got were penalties. He's had 126 shots. He's got 52 of them on target for a shooting accuracy percentage of 41%. He's hit the woodwork once. He's got 5 assists as well. He's made 1,263 passes, which averages out at 34.14 per match. He's also created 12 big chances and got 29 crosses in. As for his defensive capabilities, he's got 18 tackles, 36 blocked shots, 1 interception, 10 clearances, 5 headed clearances. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is my 11.
Nicely put. Nicely put. I hope you guys have indulged all of those stats there, because there's some flipping good stats there. But Gatesy, fantastic team.
Yeah, I think if you put that team out and put it against any other team in world football, yeah, I think they'd more than hold their own. More than hold their own.
But the final question is, who is going to lead? Who is going to lead this side? Who's going to be the gaffer? Who's going to tactically win the games? Who have you picked?
Well, it would be very easy for me to turn around and because I believe the League Managers Association went with Pep Guardiola, didn't they, the other night, I believe? It's the easy choice. He's the guy that's won the Premier League. So it's usually standard that manager walks off with sort of like the big accolades. But let's just put it into perspective. This is a manager that has a bottomless pit of cash. This is a manager that 2 seasons earlier won the Premier League. The season before won the Premier League. And he's taken a team from second last season to first this season. So not a massive jump, let's be honest, against a manager that has taken a team from relegation certainties when he walked through the door, hence why the previous manager was shown the door. He's taken that team on a relative shoestring, and he's galvanized the squad. He's got a team spirit. He's got the coaching staff absolutely right. And it's that man there. It's David Moyes. He's taken a team from relegation fodder to European qualification. And let's not forget, ladies and gentlemen, with 2 games to go, it was still a mathematical possibility, if an improbability in truth, but it was still a mathematical possibility that we could have got Champions League football. I mean, that's incredible to take a team and make that massive a jump. And you've got COVID, all of the protocols and all of the bits and pieces that you've got to sort of factor in. the turnaround he made was absolutely incredible. And I know what people are going to turn around and say, that they usually use this as a stick to beat him with. Yeah, but against some of the teams he set up a bit negative and this, that, and the other. You're looking at a small part of the picture. Just step back and look at the bigger picture. Look at what this guy has done. This guy needs to be given a long contract by the owners of the club. He needs to be given at least 3 years. And he needs to be given a bit of backing. He needs to, and not someone in as a director of football to turn around and say who's coming in, who's not, this, that, and the other, and having players parachuted in, and you're not quite sure, are they a Moyes pick or are they a Sullivan pick? This is the guy that you need to put in charge of transfers, ins and outs. Simple as that. He will get the job done. He has a true proven track record as a Premier League manager of many years standing. He did it at Everton on a relative shoestring, and he can do it for West Ham.
Very well put. Very well put indeed. I completely agree with everything you said in terms of Pep Guardiola, in terms of David Moyes. He should be our director of football. Not now. I'm going to watch Gio's video after this, but not the owner's son, because the way you look at that is there's not going to be an in between. If I think one of the guys said it on West Ham Fan TV last night, that if David Moyes says I want this player, he's going to go to Dad and say, oh, Dad said no.
Yeah, completely ridiculous. And for me, if you've got the owner of a company, in this case West Ham United Football Club, and Daddy's putting his boy as basically, the go-between between the chairman and the team coach, manager, whatever. No, I'm sorry. That's ridiculous. And I mean, if ever it was a case of jobs for the boys, that's it right there. What qualifications, with the greatest of respect, does Jack Sullivan have to jump into a director of football role at a Premier League club? And before anyone turns around to me and says, oh, but he was the managing director at West Ham United Ladies, I'm sorry. That's just too massive a jump. He needs to sort of like cut his teeth at a lower level League One club, men's football. I mean, I'm sorry. With the greatest of respect, there is no comparison between West Ham United's women's team, who are probably pulling in crowds of 500 or whatever, and the budget that they've got to operate on is a lot less, and the transfers are a completely different entity than when you're talking about a men's Premier League club where you've got transfers of 20, 30, 40, 50 million quid in the melting pot. It's a completely different animal. You're comparing apples to oranges, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah, I completely agree. Let's overview Gates's side though. Emi Martinez in goal, a back four of Cresswell, Dunk, Diaz, and Coufal. Here's where it gets tasty. I'll tell you what. There's been many fantastic front midfield fours so far, but I like this one a lot. Heung Min Son, Declan Rice, Youri Tielemans, and Bruno Fernandes, and the bog standard that everyone seems to be having in their team, Harry Kane and Mo Salah up top. I mean, they are. I suppose they are the two Golden Boot runners-up and winner, I suppose. But anyway, that's your team. Gatesy, your final thoughts?
My final thoughts, like I say, as far as the season's concerned for West Ham, it's been absolutely brilliant, and we've obviously jumped into the YouTube community relatively recently. We only sort of came in, Duke and I, in February, and we're enjoying it still. And obviously we've collaborated with yourself, Jake, and many other. Continue and onwards and upwards.
There we go. You can subscribe to Gatesy's channel. There it is. Well, it's not literally. Well, I got it right for once. I got it right. There it is, up there. But the link is in the description. Don't press that because it won't go to it. But that's just the logo. Click the link in the description down below, though, and that will take you to the channel. But anyway, that's going to do it. Drop a like on the video. Subscribe if you're new around here. Hit the little notification bell as well, so you're notified anytime I go live or upload a video. And as always, I'd like to thank our video sponsors, the Blow Bubbles magazine. You can get a £5 off using the discount code Jake Cox at checkout on a 11 magazine subscription. If you use that helps the channel out as well, and it helps you, and it helps us bring loads more videos to you. Anyway, come on, you eyes, and we'll see you very, very soon.